Now, there is also another thing here that I would like to emphasize. It's all about the eternality of Jesus Christ. In John chapter 1, verse 1, where it says, in the beginning was the Word. As I told you, the term was came from the Greek word "en." It signifies continuous existence because it comes in perfect tense. So it is a continuously going. So he is continuously existing from everlasting. Okay? The word does not use egeneto in Greek, which means he came into existence. It does not use the word. And also when it says that the Word was with God, the word came from the original Greek pros, meaning, according to Greek lexicon, it describes personal relationship. So even before he became a human being here on this earth, he was eternally existing. And to prove my point that Jesus Christ has two natures, I would like to read here a passage in verse 6. He had always had the nature of God, if that by force he should try to remain equal by God, or equal with God. Instead of his own free will, he gave up all he had and took the nature of a servant. He became like a human being and appeared in human likeness. He has humbled and walked the path of obedience all the way to death, his death to the cross. So this explains the issue why we believe that Jesus is God and man. Because in Philippians chapter 2 verse 6, it mentions that he was always had the nature of God. But when he was still in heaven, he did not think by force to remain to be equal with God. This is a very clear statement that Jesus Christ was equal with God. But he did not remain equal with God when he was in heaven. That's why he came down and took the nature of. This is the point where he became a human being. And as a human being, he appeared in human likeness, according to 2 verse 7 of Philippians. And he humbled up to the path of obedience to the way of death. That's why no wonder Brother Wesam can read this in the Bible as that Jesus Father. He even called himself the Father as his Father. He needs to submit to his Father as a human being. And that is what the verse that I read is telling you. I'll repeat the verse again. It's in Philippians chapter 2, verse 6 until 8. It describes to you the two nature of Christ, the nature of God and the nature of a servant. God-man. Jesus Christ is a God-man. So there's no point in refuting that Jesus Christ submitted himself. Might be, Brother Sam might be using that there is a time where Jesus Christ mentioned that he doesn't even know the judgment day in Mark chapter 22. But that is, there's no point there to refute the deity of Christ, because it is referring to his human being, or being a human. Of course, being a human, he has a limited knowledge. Of course, he knows about the time of the judgment. So I hope that we will understand each point one by one right now. And I believe that Mr. Wesam right now has already understand my case, that when I said that Jesus Christ is God, it doesn't mean that Jesus Christ is the Father. Now, for the reason why we cannot read any explicit mention in the Bible that Jesus Christ is God, or that he claimed directly that, I will give you the quotation from a New Testament scholar named Raymond Brown for that reason. He said, the question concerns Jesus, a Galilean Jew of the third of the first century, for whom God would have a meaning specified from. By way of simplification, let me say that by a Jew of that period, God would have been thought of as one dwelling in the heavens, among many attributes. Therefore, a question posed to Jesus on earth, do you think you are God? Would mean, did he think he was the one dwelling? And you can see that would have been an inappropriate question, since Jesus was visibly on earth. As a matter of fact, the question was asked of him. At most, he was asked about his relationship to God. So, before you ask me to read a passage that Jesus claimed to be God, you ask me first, did somebody ask him that question? And since nobody asked about his question if he is God, then there's no, you cannot use that argument anymore to me to prove that Jesus Christ claimed to be God by just telling publicly that I am God. The reason why they can't believe that resides in heaven. If the God is dwelling in heaven. So if Jesus, while on earth, claimed that he is God, it will confuse only his audience because they believe that to be God, you should be in heaven, not on earth. Unlike Jesus, when he was preaching, he was basically preaching point with the argument that Wesam is trying here to make. I hope that everything will be, and I believe that the question, did Jesus claim to be God? I answered it affirmatively, and I prove it through the Bible. He claimed to be the title of God. He claimed in his ministry, God can do. He even forgives sins that no other human being can do.
You end your segment, and you are not looking for the time to take. Brother Wesam, Jazakumullah khair, your last segment, 20 minutes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.